What is up, guys? poledoo here. Welcome back to the final part of Fire Emblem, a new mystery of the emblem. Heroes of Light and Shadow. We're moving into Light and Shadow. Endgame. We finally made it to the end of this game. I am both excited and not at all because I looked at the map and Jesus fucking Christ. Final chapter. Dragon Altar's top floor. Just know the final battle is nigh. Medius awaits us up ahead. It won't be an easy battle. I dare not imagine how many of us will be left standing at the end. Either way, the Marth knows how I play these games. Marth knows how I play Endgame. The fate of this world rests on our hands. Sire, worry not, sire. We will emerge victorious. That's what the fortune teller said. Fortune teller? When I was a child, I asked our village's fortune teller for a reading. Old lady held the palm of my hand and said, your fate is clear to me, child. And what did she say? She said that I would devote my life to the service of others. Oh, I can imagine that happening. And she said that I'd live until I was 100 years old. Till 100? That's an awfully long time. Oh, I see. If the fortune teller was right, then we are definitely walking out of this hall victorious. I'm not quite that old yet, so rest easy, sire. You're quite right. I feel much calmer now. Thank you, Jezebel. Okay. Let's go through How's Everyone real quick, see if we get some last minute luck. A magic potion, I'll take that. What the fuck's a healer? Skill and speed, or skill and defense for Paula. Maybe we will... I don't know. You can see up there how many fucking dots are on this map. And if you've played Fire Emblem 3 like me, and that was... See, I've only played Fire Emblem 3 before this. And I love this chapter in Fire Emblem 3. Because there are 5 dots only on that map in Fire Emblem 3. Real quick, because I'm probably going to forget while reading everything. What is a healer? Restore minuscule HP to a unit. Useless in combat. Oh. Well, gee, thanks. Alright. What do we have? Michaelis and Minerva 1. Current status, Chapter 24. Lena, Nina, and Maria. And I think... One of the other ones would pop up, but we don't have... Who recruits? Merrick. Did we kill Merrick? I don't remember. I'm not recruiting all of them anyway. That should have been pretty obvious by my use of the Ohm staff last chapter. Michaelis and Minerva. Pathetic. I'm amazed that you've managed to survive thus far with that level of skill. That's what I'm saying. Out here with the magic. Brother, were you watching? I see hesitation in your swings. Were you always this weak? If I'm hesitating, it's because of you, brother. Oh, so I'm an eyesore, am I? That's not it. I'm worried about you, brother. If I'm causing you worry, then I've reached a new low. I won't die before I've saved Maria. I don't need your worry. True, you are strong, brother. There shouldn't be any reason for me to worry. However, I sense danger. Brother, what are you seeking? Pointless worry. Maria saved my life and do not intend to waste her efforts by throwing it away. You ask what I'm seeking? That should be obvious. I haven't abandoned my ambitions. Surely I'll fight with you again for the hegemony over Macedon. You can't be serious, brother. Can't we just hold our hands and walk the same path together as siblings? Nonsense. We carry the blood of warriors in our veins. Only in the battlefield can we find our true selves. It is inevitable that we should clash with each other. If you want to protect the Macedon you hold dear, come at me with your lance and do not hesitate for a second. No, brother. The blood of warriors, you say? Perhaps you speak the truth. But Maria's different, with 3 Fs. That's how you know she's different. Both you and I seek the light she radiates. The peaceful Macedon I wish for, and the mighty Macedon you seek. I know we can accomplish both. Maria might just be the link between the two of us. Current status, Chapter 24.
God have said something that makes me concerned. How the clerics are now sacrifices to the Shadow Dragon, and that their souls have been shattered. And just when we came all this way to save the clerics and put a stop to Medius's revival, But Prince Marth hasn't given up yet. Jezebel, you've helped us so much. From the first time you've protected Prince Marth to now. This will be our last battle. No matter what happens, please support the prince. I'm counting on you.
Lena.
Prince Marth, is it true that Lena's been found?
Yeah, according to our scouts, Lena is currently with my sister and the others.
I have to save Lena. Let me talk to her. I just know I can make her return to normal.
Julian, I understand your feelings. I too would like for you to speak to Lena. I still haven't decided who's going to take part in the final battle, but Jezebel, your opinion? 3 people in a conversation, goddamn. In a barracks conversation, specifically. I don't know exactly how deep the relationship between them runs, however, I feel that Julian's strength will be required if we intend to save Sister Lena. Indeed, I will think hard and well about who to bring to this next battle. To find the best solution, not only to win this battle, but also to rescue everyone.
So Jezebel, I have a request for you.
Sir, serious, what is it?
According to Garnif, Prince Nina, who had been kidnapped, is now a living offering to Medius. And now she'll never return to normal, however I want to talk to her. I wonder if you could arrange things so Prince Marth would allow me to take part in the next battle?
However, why Prince Nina? Are you familiar with the princess, sir? Serious?
No, I just want to save her. As the princess of a mighty kingdom, she had to endure so much sorrow all this time. But this end would just be too miserable. I cannot make her happy, but at least I want to save her.
Sorry, bub, we're not fielding you.
Sir Jezebel, I have a little sister named Maria. She was kidnapped by Garnif, and now it seems she's by Medius' side. I want to save her. I want to talk to her.
However, according to the Dark Pontifex, they have become living offerings and their hearts have been lost.
Even so, I want to talk to her. Even if I discover nothing I can do can bring her back. Even if I have to put an end to her misery, I'll save her. Princess Minerva, very well. If you're willing to go that far, I will not attempt to stop you. I too shall support you so that you'll be able to speak to Princess Maria.
Okay. Look at this bullshit. Why? One of the questions I ask the most in this game. Why? Why is this necessary? What was wrong with the original? Did you not like that it was a short, sweet ending? Did you not like that after the gauntlet you face, you get to come here and just have a showdown with Medius, and that's really it? Did they just be like, oh, we hate that you one-turn this every time? Have a fucking oops, all dragons. So there's 5 pillars here. Or, well, there's way more than 5. 5 was what I thought there's 7 pillars here. And see, in the original, dragons spawn out of it from turn 2 to like turn 30 or something. I don't know if you can block them in the original, but I do know not every single one of them is guaranteed to spawn in the original. Here, I'm not sure if they're all guaranteed to spawn, but I do know you can't block them. And they are infinite. You can't, like, try and wait it out. Not that I would want to anyway. We have all of this garbage to deal with before we can even get to Medius here. With stupid stats. And we, of course, we have the 4 bishops here. I would like to recruit Maria, both because personal bias, and we're using Michalis and Minerva. Might as well get the whole family together. We can technically recruit Lena as well because we are going to be fielding Julian. If we do, we do. If not, oh no. Nina and Elise, I might not outright kill them, but the fact that they have fortifies means they're going to be really annoying, so we'll see. We get 12 units for this. So Nagi and Tiki are like required because of how many fucking dragons are here. I am tempted to bring another stave, like Pala. She got the extra 2 defense, which is nice. I might need her for the damage. Like Malice, I've been enjoying using, but when it comes to this map, I just want it to be over. And I also feel like an extra stave between warp, potential rescues, fortifies, and then the again staves. I feel like we might need it. So I think we are gonna bring Yumina to this map. That's how I'm gonna start it anyways. It's the plan. We have Falchion, you have the Mercurius, Tiki. Let's put that Wormslayer away. Starlight, Shaver, grab an again. And you have a Recover. We'll also grab a Physic. Athena, do we have anything specific? Sitting back here, Quick Bow, which you already have. Silver, Steel, okay. Alicia, let's see, Julian, Wormslayer. Okay. So unfortunately, I never did get Julian very high on the sword rank, because we ended up using Fina so much. So that, I'll grab 11 sword just in case. Killing Edge, because giving Julius like a Mercurius would be great, but it is what it is. Take a Vulnerary. Jezebel, Brave Bow, Killer Bow, Partha, Longbow. Okay. No. Convoy. Put that away real quick. Defense, well. What's Marth's defense? I can give a defense bond to Marth. Do we have 2 strength bonds? We do. One for Marth and one for Jezebel. And then we do have a talisman. I'm gonna give that to Marth. Luck bond, res bond. I'm gonna give the res bond to Marth. Defense bond, res potion. Well, I mean, I have a bunch of res potions. We'll give one to Jezebel. And I think that's good for Jezebel. Let's just grab the longbow again. Marth. Put the Pierce sword away real quick. Defense bond. Oh, no. Res bond. Strength bond. And might as well grab a luck bond. Alright. Then take that again. Master Sword. Do we have... We don't have an elixir sitting here. But there's the talisman. Malice, Pala, Dice. Just looking, see if I have any healing sitting on anyone down here. Doesn't look like it. Okay. Is anyone else carrying an elixir for no reason? It's not Jezebel? No. Okay. That's fine then. There, I was like, someone had a vulnerary down here. There we go. Hardened Slayer, Lady Sword, Worm Slayer, Mercurius, Lady Sword, Cecil Sword, Armor Slayer, Worm Slayer, Worm Slayer, Gradavis, Silver Killer, Javelin. I don't need the Iote shield here. So we're going to just grab A rank. Oh, would have been great. It's 11, 10. Level Axe is 17 with 2 luck. Never mind. Okay, Barst's Axe. Okay, Minerva. You have Warp, Physic, grab the other again. And a Recover. You have a Shaver. Do I have anything bigger? Grab a Thoron, I suppose. Never made it to B. You mean, rescue, recover, barrier, fortify. Yeah, okay. Well, beyond this, what levels capped? So Tiki's not capped. Athena, Julian. Okay, I'm gonna save this real quick. I'm gonna go through and pretty much sell like everything I own and then run through drill grounds just for a tiny little stat boost right here at the end. Okay, so I actually made a lot more cash than I thought. I got about 30 grand selling all the trash we've been stockpiling, which is pretty damn nice. It was nice enough actually to go ahead and cap everyone outside of Tiki and, of course not Yumina, but Tiki and Nagi. So, the two people in question really were Athena. She didn't cap anything, but she's level 20. So that's our final Athena. And Julian, actually, I had enough to bring him, what was he a second ago, like 21, 22? Low 20s. Was able to, had enough cash to get him all the way up to 30. Got to B rank in swords in doing so. I didn't actually realize, because I don't think I was paying attention. But those actually do add to your weapon rank. So he can wield the Master Sword, which I just realized was a B rank sword, not an A rank. So there's that. It was a toss-up between doing this or forging like some sort of super worm slayer. I decided to go for the stats. So that's what we did. Cap strength at 20, which kind of sucks. I think that's, I mean, same as Fina. But he has 30 cap speed, whereas Fina only has 25. But there's Julian. And then I did get Nagi to 23 while I was at it. She hasn't capped anything, where Tiki does have capped speed. But yeah, went through, did all that, gave out all the potions and bonds that we had. So it's now or never. Let's get it. I see my sister and the others, but who are they guarding? No, it can't be. That's Midius.
With the princesses around him, sire, we'll be unable to strike down Medius. If we don't do something soon, then the other dragons will awaken and this battle will rapidly escalate into mayhem.
Then what do you suppose I do? How on earth can we save them? Tell me, Jagan.
I do not know. But if we are to defeat Medius, we must stop at nothing.
What? You can't mean to kill them.
It may be necessary. As they are now, they suffer greatly. We must save them, even if it should cost them their lives.
Jagan, is this really a decision I must make?
You are Altea's crown prince, sire. A ruler must be ready for anything, though it may cost them their happiness. That is all.
Enough, Jagan, I understand. Still, I cannot accept it. There must be another way. Even till the very end, I'll never give up.
Jezebel, I know how Prince Marth feels. Please, I beg of you. Please find a way to save them.
Understood, I'll try my best. But if the occasion should arise, even if Prince Marth himself refuses, I shall release them from their misery. But for now, I don't want to think about it. I still want to hope.
Jezebel.
Okay. So, that at least does it for... Are they not pillars? Are they just things on the ground this time? Or maybe... Oh, maybe... Okay, when I said 5 pillars... Yeah, it is only 5 pillars. But there are 7 spaces that they want to spawn in here. Instead of those 5 spaces like the original. Okay. Fun. This is just defeat boss. I actually don't know what happens if we leave them alive. But if they're gonna be annoying, we're taking them out. We got 92 HP to deal with, and a bunch of bullshit. Fun fact, apparently, on Lunatic, more garbage in this game. The Earth Dragons don't disappear with the Earth Shield. Because, you know, when you get high enough difficulty, fuck lore. Fuck the actual story of the game, right? Alright. Part of me actually... Well... I'm tempted to go and talk to Maria and just warp her back. warp both Minerva and Maria back immediately. Either way, we got some major bullshit to deal with. Let's see, Tiki, can't reach any. I mean, I can move everyone forward. That's not a problem. I think I might swap that. Staff, warp. Also, Medius, again, because I've only ever done this in Fire Emblem 3, I just kind of throw Marth up there and again stave him to kill Medius in a turn. I actually don't know, like, well, he has 37 defense. I don't know if Jezebel can even do that much damage. Because I was thinking, am I able to warp someone up there? Technically, see, there's Maria. So I'm able, okay, there's a rescue. Let's go ahead and just do this. Get that out of the way. Maria, please wake up. It's me, Minerva. What's happened to you? Get a hold of yourself. Minerva? Midius is... It's all right now. Everything's gonna be okay. I'm so sorry, Maria. I've left you alone for so long. Minerva, I was scared. I was so scared. Oh, how was Michalis? I think he fought Garnoff to save me. Michalis is fine. Don't worry, Maria. Really? Then once we go home, we'll be together again just like before? I'm so glad, Minerva. I hope we can see him soon. He's just down south. Maria. Okay. There's really nothing for me to do up here. But all of them, it's not worth going over them. I don't know why they have growths in the first place. They're not really usable. They have stave rank, that's really it. We have Maria. I'm not gonna bother making all the graphics for it. Like I said, it is not worth it. Okay. So, from here, special, rescue, yoink. Let's go, Yumina. Atta girl. Now, do it again. Special, rescue, yoink. Okay, I am curious. Michalis. Not even an extra conversation. Unfortunate. Real unfortunate. Okay. Well, Maria, C rank and staves. She can wield warp, physic, not fortify, but warps. All right. Look at this bullshit. All right. Now, I have to know. I'm tempted to actually save state just to see damage numbers. I mean, I guess I could calc it, but 24, 48 minus 1, 47. I guess plus another 4, so what, 27 plus, what do I say, 24, 51? I don't know if Marth is capable of critting Medius. To save time for myself, we didn't do anything turn 1. I'm gonna do this entire thing every time if we fail anyway. So I just need to see, because I don't know the... Actually gonna get me to save. 2 maps have got me to actually use a battle save. I want to see, do we have crit potential here? Just to get out. That's all I want. I just want to get out. It'd be 17% chance that he still doesn't die, actually. Well, again, we have an again save. 27% chance. Or 17% chance that we do was 27 times 3, 71, right? Let me just double check that. 81. Okay, I didn't carry a 1. 81 leaves them with 11. And then we can again stave. So if we get a crit, it's over. And do you see the garbage on this map? So, okay. We'll recruit, here's what we're gonna do, right? We're gonna hop it back. Just for as much as we're gonna get out of this map, because we don't have Merrick, and I'm just not gonna feel it serious. I guess, considering what I'm about to do, we could, you know what? We'll do it. Just for the dialogue, just for the added little bit. I'm gonna reset. I'm gonna replace, I guess, like Cecil. Just someone, it doesn't really matter, with Sirius. We're going to get the Nina and Lena recruitments. And then we're going to roll the dice to crit Midius. That's how I'm gonna do this. And I don't really care. Like this is what, the third, fourth? It's only the third one we've just rolled the dice on a... No, Hardin, Katarina. Did we roll the dice on Katarina? I think we rolled the dice on everything except for Katarina herself. I don't remember. Hardin, Katarina, I'm gonna count her. Garneth, and now Midius. I just want the game to end, man. I just want the game over. So, let's see what we can do. All right. So I did that. I put Marth 1 tile forward because since we gave him boots earlier on, his 9 movement. Once Lena's out of the way, Marth can do his thing. And turn 2. The plan is to just finish it right here, right now. We have 1 single rescue, so I can't do the same thing I did with Maria, where I warped up, rescue. We are unable to warp and rescue everyone and still be done here. All right. So, Sirius is right here. Staff, warp. And then we're going to dance. Who is the other again? Is it Minerva? Okay. Now, because we just used a dance, well, Yumina is gonna have to grab the other again, actually. We have 2 agains, which might actually just be fine. We might not have to rely on the crit. I think it's gonna be a race between Marth's HP and otherwise. So let's just, first and foremost, let's get this conversation going.
I've done something terrible. I was too foolish. I hurt Hardin. I drove him to despair.
My queen, Prince Marth has ended Hardin's suffering. The Emperor loved you till the very end. He was sorry for what he'd done to you. It's all right now. You need not worry. It was all just a bad dream.
Who? You're Camus? Camus! Why are you... This is a dream, isn't it?
My queen, you are mistaken. I am Sirius, a soldier of the Allied forces. I know not of this Camus.
Sirius, it can't be... No, you're wrong, you're...
Please calm yourself, you must be exhausted. I must depart soon. Queen Nina, listen to me. You should head to Prince Marth.
Where are you going?
I'm
must go to my country. There's someone waiting for me.
Is that so? I see. Serious. Thank you. I am most grateful.
Forgive me.
Pardon?
It's nothing. Now, Queen Nina, go. Damn. Alright. Special. Fortify. There's some HP from Marth. Not a lot, but some. Okay. And then warp. Julian. Here. All right, Militia is done. Talk.
Lena, snap out of it. Con, it's me, Julian. What's wrong with you? Lena? I know I'm a good-for-nothing scoundrel, but for you, I'd do anything. I don't want anything else. I just want to see your smile again. Elena, could you smile for me, please? Oh, Julian, you came. I knew you'd find me. I knew it. That's why I could continue struggling in the darkness of my soul. Julian, I'm sorry. I've always been a bother to you. Are you kidding me, Lena? I'm just happy to hear your voice again. Julian, there's something I'd like very much. Will you listen? Huh? Sure, Lena, hit me. So as long as it's within my power. Would you call me honey? You're always Lena this and Lena that. You speak as though we're barely friends, and I don't like that feeling. It just won't do, especially not after we settled down together in Macedon. What are you talking about, Lena? I mean, honey? Don't tell me you and I are gonna... Uh-huh, I'm sure God will forgive me. After all, you mean the world to me.
Alright, wait, attack. Ah, yeah. Okay. Lena, come over here. Staff. Physic. Alright, how much HP do we need to have to take a single hit? More than we have. Okay. So that's all we can recruit. Elise, I don't know what's gonna happen if we leave her alive. I guess we will find that out. But last heal that I can afford. Again, I could reset all this and bring more, more healers just to jump things around, but... Okay. It's come down to we have... Either we dodge or we crit. And then that's all we got. That is all we got.
Do you plan to defy me once more, descendant of Henri?
No matter how many times you return. So I'm just taking in. I don't actually know. I've probably heard this at least once. Okay, you know what? For once, when it comes to the remade songs in this game, I can get behind this one. I can get behind this one. No matter how many times you return, mankind will never surrender. This long battle, I will end it here, once and for all. No dodges. Okay. Well. A rank. Yeah, it's like we have to use agains. Trade. Now, all right. He hit. So we have two agains, right? The thought just crossed my mind. He dies if we crit once, right? If I...
Oh, is it considered a staff? Okay, I was like, why no? So Marth, and one has to be used on Marth. I'm looking at these. If I use it again on Militia to... So Tiki does more damage, Nagi has higher res and HP. Well, I guess it comes down to speed. 29 speed. 25. No, she perfectly gets double. Okay. I could sacrifice her. And it really would be no skin off my back. But the Marth crit in and of itself means no one dies. I don't even... Does Divine Stone even work on him, though? I don't even know that it does. Like, super effective-wise, it might. There might be like an asterisk if I checked Cernus. Dragonstones, Divine, effective against Manicheets, except Dark Dragons. Okay, so no, it would just be straight up the 18 might, no super effectiveness. Okay. In that case, Jezebel, I think. Okay, we're gonna go with this. I'm gonna again Militia, Staff, Warp, Jezebel. Oh, we don't. I forget. He has fucking stupid defense. I forgot about that very important aspect of this. It's like even a crit. I mean, there's some damage. However, our crit does jump up to 22, and our hit rate, like chance of us getting hit in return, does drop. All right, Marth. I mean, I'm gonna just do this again, if you don't. But come on. He dodged it, so there's that, but there's nothing more I can do. Nothing more I can do. All right. Close though, very close. With that dodge, I don't remember how much damage, we're doing what, 27? I don't know. Hold on. Round two. Round two! There we go. There we go. Is there anything we can do for shits? Just, again. We do have a 100% hit rate, right? No, we don't. I swear. Okay. Naive humans, don't think you've won. Your naivety shall be your undoing. My noble thralls, become my flesh and blood. Give me your strength. Wait, is this what happens if you don't? Well, it's fine, we have another again. And we do 27 damage, so joke's on you. I'm so sorry, Elise. Trade. Alright. I mean, there's another chance to miss a 94. Look at you go, Yumina. Helping out in major ways. Don't miss the 94, buddy. Just don't do it. Look at that. Ah! Why? Why have I been defeated so easily? Is this the power of Naga's binding shield? Know this, humans. This light is only a brief respite. So long as evil lurks within the hearts of man, should this accursed shield be lost, we shall rise from the depths of hell. Do not ever forget. Alright. Well, that garbage is done. I'm glad it can still be done this way. It's not nearly as coherent as you can do it in regular mystery, because we relied on a crit where you don't need to in regular mystery, but shit is done. Let's write out this epilogue. The war is at long last over. Also, an endgame where I didn't throw everyone in the gutter. I mean, you can argue Elise was kind of thrown away, but like out of the I don't even know if Merrick's dead. Is Merrick sitting in the back? Did we kill him? I think we killed him. I was like, the only way to do that otherwise is go back and get Merrick, but I don't, again, I just have to bring more healers. Whatever, it doesn't matter. There's, I think I missed some extra little scene here. Whatever. At long last over, thank you, my friends. My words cannot express my thanks. Sire, you did it. Prince Marth, Jezebel, everyone. Prince Marth really did it. Now peace will reign forever. We really did it. I'm sure the people throughout the lands will be joyous. Was this like a, hey, everyone who's alive is gonna talk? I think so. My dream has been fulfilled. Now I can go without regrets. Granny, we did it. We did it. Prince Marth, I'm glad. And now back to my old life. Time to celebrate our victory. I'm gonna go wild tonight. Darkness may return time and time again, but the light will forever shine on. It was a long war, but now, finally. Just tonight I'm gonna drink until I fall and then some. It's over at last. What, it's over? I'm not dead? You're dead to the world, it's okay. The most important thing is that peace has returned. The war is over, I must inform King Talus of the good news. Father, Mother, it's finally over. Lawrence, I'll keep on working hard. Good talk, Sirius. Mother, I'm coming back soon. I'm glad Marth is safe. Yeah, time to drink the night away for a change. I wonder how much treasure I can get my hands on. Splendid battle, sire. Was I of use, I wonder? Sorry, Norn. You weren't useful in Shadow Dragon to us. We tried for a bit here. I mean, I don't even remember if we tried very long, but... Bow Emblem Awakening, you are an MVP, don't worry. Lord Goto, people have once again overcome their fate. Shall I show everyone my victory dance? Bless you, Fina. A splendid battle and victory, and a splendid victory. With the war past us, I shall watch over the world quietly. Splendid work, Prince Marth. You've managed to the feat that nobody else could have done. Once I get my reward from the prince, I'm a gambler like no tomorrow. It's over. It's really over. You know, I'm looking forward to my reward. I love Dallas. Dallas and Mice was what I was gonna say. Malice and Dice. So much. People will surely be overjoyed. Anna, we did it. I'll tell you all about it later. People will be oppressed no longer. General Camus, the Shadow Dragon has been vanquished. It's all over now. If only General Camus were here to see us, that's my only regret. Speaking of those guys, I will be going through the BS Fire Emblem maps before we fully shelve this game. But yeah, we'll see more of them. The vanilla boring boys.
We won. We must thank everyone.
A world of men, huh? I guess it ain't so bad.
I'm so happy. It's over. Able-eye.
This war may be over, but the battle for our motherland's true peace begins now. The war is over at last. The days of peace and tranquility will soon return. God, there's so many people in this game. Now the people of Arcadia need suffer no longer.
Prince Marth, Jezebel, I'm so happy.
Did we give you a voice? I don't remember. Arcadian girl will surely improve now. That's what I want to believe.
My country's fate will finally change. You have my thanks, Prince Marth.
It was a good battle. Now my family will finally be able to live in peace.
My nation has collapsed, but even so, I shall continue to live as a knight of Arcania.
Marth is amazing. I worked hard too. Sure you did, Ymir. Whatever helped you sleep at night, buddy. It was obvious we'd prevail. You had me on your side after all.
This is good. Julian, it was only because you were there that I could... Michalis, Minerva, can we be a happy family again?
Yes, Maria, yes.
Camus, you're...
And then, yeah, the Elise one, rip. Marth, brave prince of Altea, thanks to your valiant efforts, Shadow Dragon Medius has been completely obliterated. Medius' servants, the Earth Dragons, have once again returned to darkness. As long as the Binding Shield exists, they will never see the light again. Marth, the chosen Prince of Light, descendant of the hero of Anri, you have not only saved mankind, but us dragonkin as well.
Marmar, does this mean I don't need to go back to the Ice Dragon Shrine anymore? I'm so happy. I love being with everyone after all. I don't want to be alone ever again. This is like a dream come true. I'm so happy, so very happy. Love you, Marmar. Honestly, Tiki, for how long do you plan on hogging Prince Marth? Prince Marth looks like he's enjoying it too. Doesn't he worry that you might get mad, Princess Sheeta? Please, Melisha, you're so silly, but you're right. Marth looks happy. Who wouldn't, especially after having a heavy burden lifted from their shoulders? Prince Marth has always been forced to carry such a heavy responsibility. It must have been hard on him. But Princess, you didn't have an easy time either, am I right? With everyone surrounding Marth day and night, you could seldom talk to him. You must have felt lonely. Melisha, back off! Yes, I did, but it's alright. As long as Marth is safe, I have no other wish. You see, I prayed to God. For when I found out Marth had been tasked with such an important mission, I asked for God to take my life, should Marth ever have to sacrifice his. That's all I could do for Marth. I give up. There's no way I could compare to you, Princess. But you'll have to wait no longer because your prince has finally come back to you. Look, Princess, he's looking over here. Be brave. Marth?
Sheeta, it's finally over. I've made you suffer too. Please, accept my apologies.
No, I'm the one who ought to apologize. I wasn't any help to you.
Don't be silly. I've only come this far because you were by my side, Sheeta. And besides, the hard part begins now. The 7 kingdoms of Arcania are to be unified, and everyone expects me to accept responsibility of the new kingdom. However, there's no way I could handle such a position by myself. Sheeta, I want your assistance. I need you.
Marth, let me tell you something. When I left Talus, I made a vow. I swore that I would go wherever you went and that I'd trust you no matter what happened. So no matter how painful the war was, I was able to endure. Because Marth,
Sire, you've done a magnificent job. I'm speechless for words. Seems we'll be busy from now on. All the kingdoms need to rebuild, so we have a mountain of work to do. True, and yet we can see hope in the eyes of all the people.
If we work hard now, we can turn the world into the right path. That's what I truly believe. I'm sure the people of this world have received that hope because of Prince Marth. The bonds of people are truly a wondrous sight, no matter your age. Sir Sirius, where did he go? He was here until a moment ago. It's okay, you bellow. We must become stronger from here on. I'm sure Sirius wanted that too.
Robert, Layden, let's move out. Understood. We shall now become knights who protect the weak. That's what General Chemist would have wanted us to do.
Pala Catria Est, the war is finally over. You've done well. Commander, your ideal world where all can live in peace may finally become a reality. I agree. As long as Prince Marth is here, I'm sure it will. Oh, that's right. Let's all go to Altea. We must thank Prince Marth. Oh, I would love that. I want to see his. I want to see his dashingness too.
Lena, I was worried about you. Tell me, did Julie make any distasteful advances on you? Hey, and why would I want to do something like that? Come on, at a time like this.
I see you two have been getting along while I was away.
Chief, don't you leave me behind. We vowed to stay together, didn't we? It's like, oh great. I don't like the noise, but I discovered the worth of friendship. Thanks. Are we doing that again? Oh my god.
Agma, fellow Talesians? I must express my gratitude to you all for protecting Marth in my stead.
Princess would go through hell and high water for you and your husband. Well, that and Agma asked us to, right, boss? Yeah, Board Cord, you did well. Barst, you helped a lot too. Was nothing, I just wanted to live my days in peace again.
If that's Nina Ho, Princess, I'm glad you're safe. And I apologize for making you worry.
Solid, I shall not return to the military. Yeah, we ought to try and rebuild Arcadia as part of its people. I'm coming along too, for the people of Arcadia. I'm going back to the village, everyone's waiting for me.
V finally repaid favor. This woman will return to her country.
I'm heading back to back home to my family. You two are really close, aren't you? You kind of remind me of my family. That we are. Oh yes, this old family talk reminds me I can't stay gambling forever. Gotta find a man for my hard-working gal, right, Malice?
What's your nonsense, Pops? I don't want no man. The war is over. Samson, will you stay with me from now on?
Did I already give you my answer, Shima? I'll go anywhere you wish.
Ben, let's go to the village together again. It's been so long, I want to see everyone.
Oh, indeed. Once they see her smile, I'm sure they'll be happy too. These guys are so carefree, but I suppose I can start slacking off as well.
Indeed, I too can finally return to my eternal sleep.
Hey, he actually has eyes. Thank you, Jezebel, for protecting and supporting me. No amount of thanks would be enough. But among the people, your deeds are being told as things I've done alone. As it should be. I feel like I read that awkwardly, but no. Deeds are being told as things I've done alone, yes. Delete him from history. That just will not do. Once we return to the castle, I'll...
If you allow me, sire, I have no need for a name. I don't want stories to be told of me.
Jezebel?
Sire, with this war over now, a hero will be needed. A hero called Prince Marth. There are still hostilities between people who have fought for so long. This won't disappear easily. In order to have everyone's agreement, a king recognizes everyone recognizes a godlike hero is needed. And that hero must be you, sire, and you alone. But then what you've done so far will be, even if the world doesn't know, you do, sire, and that's enough for me. I shall stay by your side. I shall be your shadow.
Why, I wonder? Ever since we met, I felt a special connection with you. Fate sent you to me. I can't help but think that. Thank you, Jezebel. Please, stay with me. Jezebel, you're my other half, my true friend. Whatever. Oh. Not quite at credits. Thus, the long, tragic battle that would later be called the War of Heroes finally came to an end. The 7 kingdoms were unified under Prince Marth of Altea, and as the United Kingdom of Arcania was established, an era of peace began. The tales of the heroes who took part in this war brought excitement and tears to the later generations. Chronicles of the Arcanian War of Heroes. This is a story of love and courage about the young warriors who fought for the continent's fate at stake. So it ties right back into the beginning of how the opening of the game and whatnot. I feel like every Fire Emblem game, regardless, like, one of my big complaints I'll talk about is the writing, but every game has just that feel-good, cheesy ending. And I dig it. I dig it a lot. I don't know if this game has MVPs, but we'll go through a look at that in editing. I'm sure it's like all the little bios for where they are now, whatever. But alright, that is the journey the 15, 16, counting BS, game journey. Every Fire Emblem has been completed on this channel. Every single one. Three Houses comes next, of course. But it's been a great journey. It really has. Overall, I would say. This specific journey, So, as I typically do, we're gonna go down my thoughts on the game and where I would place this on my personal list. And while I do this, I also recommend that I wanna hear what you guys think of the game. I wanna hear how much you like this game or dislike this game, whatever. Just, it's all love at the end of the day. We all play Fire Emblem. Whether you love this game, hate this game, if it's your absolute favorite, absolute worst, you do you. Everyone's opinion is valid. I'm gonna say that as I'm gonna start with all the negatives so we can end on the positive. I wrote down some bullet points just because I feel like most of the time when I do this, I end up forgetting things, either for better or worse. But Fire Emblem 3, Mystery of the Emblem. That is my second favorite Fire Emblem game of all time. So there was a very, very big shoes for me personally to fill coming into this. And I thought it was gonna knock it out of the park. I thought this was gonna be the best thing ever. It could potentially like overwrite Radiant Dawn as my favorite. And it was the biggest disappointment I have experienced in a long time. Star Shards being the first and biggest one for me personally. I fucking love the original Star Shards. I've ranted about it many times in this, but I'm gonna do it one last time. The Star Shards make, like, I get it. Every character in this game, all their growths have been buffed to make them more viable. But it doesn't always work out that way. Star Shards, you can make anyone anything, and it's fucking fantastic. I love it to death. It's just that layer of customization. That, like, there's customization in this game that game, of course, doesn't have. But the Star Shards were, like, it's what initially made me fall in love with Mystery of the Emblem to begin with. And to have that ripped away, as well as many other things. They were ripped away, no fun allowed. It was... So, rest in peace, Star Shards. You live forever in Fire Emblem 3. And the Shadows of Valentia Star Shards, that's the good shit. They're in their DLC, but that's the good shit. But speaking of things that they took away, no fun allowed, why nerf the again stave? Why take away staves for difficulty? The balancing of this game, horrendous. And I'm well over, my opinion is, yes, it's based on Maniac difficulty, which is complete garbage. And like, honestly, it is based on Lunatic difficulty, because through this, I could see what Lunatic would be like. I don't have to play it to know. I can't see what hard mode is like, because all I saw was Maniac and Lunatic. So I can't base any of my judgment on that. But just removing of staves, like we didn't get the silence because we're playing on Maniac. Lunatic doesn't get warps, doesn't get the silver card. Like, why? What point, like, with how much garbage they do, what is a warp adding? Nothing. Taking away your warp is just taking away tactical options. Like, why remove options? Just make things real difficulty so all your options are still gonna be hard choices. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's fucking ridiculous. It's really, really dumb. I mean, going through this, you guys got my immediate reactions, and some of them were a lot more harsh than I would, like, go back and think, like Legion's map, for example. Fuck that map still. But in retrospect, it's not as awful because it's like 3 turns max. And then you're done. some of the chapter, 22, chapter 19, some of the main ones that stick out, 20X. Why was that shit needed? Even Endgame. If, again, going back to Lunatic, because we had warp options because we weren't playing on Lunatic. One, I'm never gonna play this game on Lunatic, because why? That's not fun. But why flood the map with dragons? Why? What is the thought process? Who thought, yes, this is what this map needs? Sure, the original map might be a little too barren. I personally liked the one-on-one there. But if you're gonna add more dragons, there were still reinforcements on that map. I feel like if you're gonna add dragons to this final map, just do where the reinforcements come in, and that's it. Leave the rest alone. But no. There's so much. But I could go on forever about the difficulty of this game, but I think you guys get the point. I mean, there's still one more bullet point on the difficulty: stats of recruited characters. There are so many characters, which I will get to at like my last good bullet point is the roster. But there's so many characters in this game that come in, and I don't know about hard mode, again, because like I can't judge based on that. It's just Maniac and above. They come in and they're immediately trash. They're immediately unusable. If you plan ahead, like if you know what's coming, you start chapter 1, you're using these people like, hey, I want to use Ymir way down there. You could plan for it. You could save stat boosters, you could save cash to grind him in the arena. But beyond that, where's the like, oh hey, this is a cool unit to have. I would love to use them. Oh wait, they get one shot by literally everything on the map from here on out. How do you use that? You don't. So that pissed me off more and more, because like it started happening. I was like, okay, maybe it's just a few people here and there, but no, it was consistent from like even like earlier. It was like what? Like the desert with Merrick and Illyrian, I think is where it kind of really started. And from there forward, with the exception of just a small few, it was awful. Even some units I forced to work, like Dice and Minerva, they were brought as memes. They didn't actually help me very much. They rarely actually fought and killed things. They were there as like cheerleaders because it was something to look forward to for me coming into this game whenever everything was a disappointment. So I'm hoping on hard mode they are way more accessible, but Jesus Christ, this game's difficulty balancing is stupid. And I mentioned the writing. So with the exception of some, like, there were some things I really enjoyed writing-wise. And writing, if you've been here for a while, you know, writing doesn't really mean a whole lot to me. Gameplay is what I mainly enjoy. If the writing is good, that's great, but gameplay is what I mostly base everything off of. But having bland writing does make for a bland game. And especially coming from Shadow Dragon, which visually looks depressing, looks soulless, but all the writing is so well done. It's got so much character, so much personality, just in every corner. And then you come here. And I know a lot of this could just be, like, again, whenever you translate something, these are fan translations, not official localizations. I'm well aware there's a difference between a localization and a translation. So a lot of the character could be completely lost in just the fan translation. But that's all we really have to go off of, right? So in that alone, that aspect, it somehow makes the game more soulless than Shadow Dragon. Even if the colors are more vibrant, even if people look a little better than Shadow Dragon, it's just so hollow, so lacking in character. Like I said, there are some some exceptions to that, like Militia, fucking fantastic. Cecil, Malice and Dice. There are some great exceptions to that I really, really enjoyed. But overall, it's pretty bad. Speaking of pretty bad, Chris. I know this is like a pretty popular opinion, so I'm like preaching to the choir here, but Chris fucking sucks. I really wish, like, after seeing and playing through all the games with the avatars, I don't like Mark because it makes me feel like it turns the game into Dora the Explorer, and I can't stand that. Robin, I actually really like. Robin's not perfect by any means, but when you look at the, there's Mark, Chris, Robin, Corrin, you look at those four, Robin is the standout. I did go through and read the female supports, female Chris supports, and it makes her way, way better because male Chris is some awful, like, I have to flirt with everyone because character worship garbage. That's fucking annoying as hell. But female Chris, at the very least, she's boring and unnecessary, but like in an, yes, acceptable way, because her conversations with people aren't, they don't like, you know, when we went through the supports, Cecil's and Malice's stand out to me the most, because I really enjoyed them, and then right at the end, they're like, they had to make it flirty and like, hey, you're into me, right? No, piss off. Whereas female Chris, it's like mutual respect from the start to end is great. It's like camaraderie. I don't mind so much avatars. I used to not really like them, but they do add a lot of fun to the game personally. And maybe that's just coming from a content creator standpoint. I love making an avatar, making this character that, especially with stream games, that like is a culminated character. It's not just mine, it's all of ours as we're going through this journey together. So I do really like that, and just you can do so many like fun things with avatars. If someone in my Discord, I think it was Dirk, mentioned if Chris was less important, if Chris was just kind of your tutorial boy or girl, tutorial person for the prologue, and just kind of fucked off for the rest of it, was there in the background, kind of like every other character just has their barrack conversations and whatnot, but isn't integral to the story and isn't forced in your face like this, I think I would agree in the stance that would probably be pretty fun overall. But man, being added to a story that already existed, it is not welcome to me. I mean, it's too late. The game's already done, but I do not enjoy it. Do not like Chris. Speaking of the prologue, that's something I actually didn't write down. I hate the prologue in this game. I mentioned that early on. Like, I thought it was kind of cool, and the more I played it, I was like, I don't like this. And then it's not skippable for a replay, so like, I'm not looking forward to that whenever the time comes for me to replay this game. But, it goes back to balancing. As I have 8 chapters to level up instead of us balancing chapter 1 to be a good start. Why? Whatever. Are we gonna sit in silence for a bit? Alright. The last 2 things I have to harp on. Music, which is very I mean, all of this is subjective. Like I said, if you love this game and everything I said you don't agree with, that's fine. Let me know. Let me know why you disagree, though. That's the caveat. I want to know why you disagree. Because I'm actually like generally interested to know what people's thoughts are on all the Fire Emblems. But as long as people are respectful, it's all cool with me. The music, I mentioned it throughout. The final boss theme, Medius's boss theme in this, I actually did enjoy. But Holy War, Dark Emperor Harden, just in general, a lot of the map themes and battle themes outside, like all the things that existed prior in Fire Emblem 1 and 3, I did not enjoy this, or I wouldn't even say orchestration, because if you change the timbre, change the sound font of everything into a fuller sound, maybe the exact same arrangement would be good. Maybe I would enjoy it, but I do not like how this game sounds. With the exception, of course, that final boss theme I actually did enjoy. But all of the guidance story, whatever they were called, I don't remember right now. But with Legion, like their boss theme, their themes, I thought those were really good. They were standalone. They built on their own. They were their own thing, formed in this sound font. They had nothing that they were trying to live up to, and it worked, in my opinion. I really enjoyed it. But I don't know, I really, really dig game music, so having meh music in a game really does affect my enjoyment of the game. But it's not like a super make or break, but you know. And then the last thing, speaking of the guidance, I think it's cool that they added them, that they tried to tell this story. But again, it kind of goes into this Chris thing where it's not necessary whatsoever. And I think it floundered ultimately. I do enjoy the characters they presented, outside, not excluding Chris. I like Legion, Ein, and Klein. So Katarina and I think Clarice, I can't remember her name, what it is in Heroes anyway, and Lady Aramaya. I enjoyed them for what they were, but they were not fleshed out enough for me to care about them, with the exception of Katarina. I do like Katarina. Again, I still wish she had a little more. And then Legion, I think, works because he was just kind of like crazy evil. There wasn't a whole lot of depth to go into besides his weird clone clay doll thing, whatever that was about. But with Clarice and Lady Aramaya, they tried to salvage them at the very last second to make them human, make them likable, which I don't think is necessary. If you're gonna be a villain, just be a villain. Having a tragic backstory, sure, but not every villain needs one to be a likable villain. Like, some of the most likable villains aren't tragic. They're just fucking assholes. But that's fine. They're a villain. I don't know. That's just how I see a lot of villainous stuff. Like, a lot of people hate, like, oh, they're such a shitty person. How could you like them? I like them because that's interesting. Not everyone has to be a golden, poster child. But I do kind of like the daycare thing, the fucked up daycare. But again, I wish it was... I wish it was fleshed out more, especially Lady Aramaya. Clarice had a little bit going, but ultimately it still was kind of like, oh, she's gonna die, let's vomit this backstory before she goes away. But Lady Aramaya, it was literally a sentence. Like, Garneth, like, reminded her of her past or whatever, and she freaked out and was like, oh no, and she was dead. Like, how am I supposed to feel for that? What am I supposed to do with that? That's a sentence. Give me more. Maybe there's a DLC mission or something in this game, I don't know, that gives more. I don't know, but just story alone. I wish there was more. I really do. But that's the main things I have to gripe. Those are the main issues I have with the game. But to end on a lighter note, well, you know what? Because this is, I guess, still negative. With the negative here, I do, like I said, I do like putting where I would rate it in my personal list of games. So like I mentioned at the start, Radiant Dawn and Mr. the Emblem, my number 1 and number 2. Then it would go Conquest, Awakening, Path of Radiance, Sacred Stones, Shadow Dragon, Birthright, Shadows of Valentia, Thracia, Blazing Sword, and this is where I couldn't decide. So I put New Mystery next, right after Blazing Sword, and then Guidance right under it. and they're kind of interchangeable for me, as weird as that sounds. Gaiden, I had more fun playing Gaiden, but I don't have much desire to replay Gaiden. Where this game, I didn't have a whole lot of fun playing it, but I do have a desire to replay it. And that's how a lot of my list is structured. How much fun I have with the game, how much more I can get out of the game, like replay value and all of that. That's typically how I structure these. Or like my list, just how much, it's just fun. How much fun can I have with the game? And that doesn't even just mean one single playthrough. So that is way down there. I wish, whenever I get around to playing it again, I will play it on hard mode. I have no plans to do Maniac or higher, really ever. I don't regret playing on Maniac, because if I played this on hard, I would have done a challenge run or a PMU or something of this game on Maniac, and it would have been the worst fucking experience ever, because it would have been making things even worse for me, you know? So I'm glad I did play it on Maniac, but man, I do not recommend anyone play it on Maniac, or higher. But yeah, that's where I put it. And then if you're wondering where the rest lies after Gaiden, it's Dark Dragon, Revelation, BS, and a Genealogy. So that's every Fire Emblem game complete. All my list fully complete, with 3 houses upcoming. I have a lot of hope for that. But let's end this on some high notes. What did I like about this game? You just went on this big rant about everything you dislike, poledoo. What did you actually like, though? The Gaiden chapter requirement alternatives. Small thing, but I loved it. You could do the turn counts, but there was also these extra little bits that were like story related too. I love that. I loved having alternative ways to get things. Like just having a guidance like, oh, if you do this, you get an extra chapter. That's cool. But you can do this or this to get the extra chapter. I love that. I absolutely love that. Small thing, but to me, it goes a mile. The barracks, so the talking, cool, whatever. Adding supports where Shadow Dragon did not, great. Even though a lot of them, I mean, again, that goes back into the writing thing. But the house everyone and the drill grounds, I really like that. The house everyone, of course, was brought into Awakening and Fates, actually. Fates in the form of my castle, where you go around talking to people who have little exclamation points. But I really actually like that, because it's, hey, just a random either item or a stat boost, support bonus, support points or whatever. I really like that. It's like, I don't know, it's just like, hey, thanks for playing the game. I don't know, I just kind of like the random grab bag little bit. Doesn't take anything away. Doesn't, like, it's not trying to be more than it is. It's just, it's real nice. And then having the drill grounds, I actually really like. So my biggest complaint with arenas in this game, in Fire Emblem in general, is the consequence if you lose. And I can't stand that. I can't stand arenas. Except Fire Emblem 4, it's like one of the things I really like about that game. It has such a good arena. Having the drill grounds in the barracks, though, there is nothing stopping me, nothing holding me back from pressing the save button, going in. If I lose, I will go right back because it's battle prep. Whereas in a map, sure, you get cash for those arenas in, you know, where you don't in the barrack drill grounds. But if you lose, well, you reset. Unless you're doing like an Iron Man, of course. But then it's like, oh shit, well, I'm out money, I have to reset, I gotta do this chapter again. Or you save state, and I personally hate that. It's not fun to me. But I really, really enjoyed actually having the drill grounds and house everyone there in the barracks. As well as, I mean, this is a Shadow Dragon creation, but I'm glad it was in this game, is the Reclass System. So this is more so a point to Shadow Dragon than this game, but it's in this game. So, you know, it kind of goes back to the Star Shards. It adds that customization that, like, I love so much. This game does, like, the reclassing is a lot of fun. If this game had that and the original Star Shards, oh my god. And if it was actually, like, a fun game to play, which on hard, a lot of people in my Discord have been saying hard, and some in the comments along the way said hard is the enjoyable, easy and hard are the enjoyable experiences with this game. So with that, assuming maybe I agree, that added with the original Star Shards and the reclass, that's like perfect. That's one of the things, like, the customization in 3 houses is, I'm gonna eat that shit up. I'm gonna eat that shit up so well. Oh, I'm excited. But yeah, that's another thing I like about this game. But like I said, it's kind of more of a good shit Shadow Dragon than this game. But it's here, so there's that. And the last thing, which, yeah, there's not much that I on the good side. But I like how big the roster is. I hated how many people that I recruited that I couldn't use, but I loved the options. And again, going back to the if they're all usable on hard, that's kind of like Radiant Dawn. One of the things I love most about Radiant Dawn is how big the roster is, how much replay value you can get out of that game, because there's so many characters. This game, I love that it threw in not only just the original Fire Emblem 3 cast, and it brought over all the people that Fire Emblem 3 cut from Fire Emblem 1. It also added the new people they added to Shadow Dragon, like in the guidance, like Norn, Frey, Athena, Horus, Etzel, and then they brought in the BS Fire Emblem characters as well. So it was just this awesome match, just everyone, Smash Ultimate, everyone is here. It was great. I loved the hell out of that. It's so, like, it gives so much replay value. You can use so many different combinations of units. I love it. I just wish it was, you know, more enjoyable for higher difficulties. I wish it was more accessible for higher difficulties. But I think that's my rant over. Like, I never regret playing any of the Fire Emblems, even if I don't like it at the end of it. But I don't know, I'm very happy to be done, both because it's kind of like the end of a really long journey, with 3 houses being the extension of that journey very soon, and it's very satisfying. It's such a good feeling. But yeah, like I said, those are my thoughts on the game, good and bad. It's where I personally put the game into my favorites list. But I pass all of that on to you. How do you guys feel? What do you like? What do you dislike about this game? Because I know there was a comment not so long ago about Chris. They really liked Chris. Where, like, I disagree, but that's cool. You can like what you like. That's one thing I wish more people in this community respected. There's so much just negativity, like this sucks, and you can't argue. It's just fucking awful. How dare you say this is good? Your taste is garbage and you're a shit person. There's so much of that, and I can't fucking stand it. So, respectful. That's all I ask from people. Be respectful. You can disagree without being rude. But yeah, I'm starting to ramble and talk in loops. I'm gonna wrap this up. I mentioned earlier, I'm gonna do the 4 BS Fire Emblem chapters, especially since I did play the original 4 maps on this channel. And then that's gonna be it. But this is the capstone to the main portion. So thank you all for watching. Thank you for all the supports on the channel, on the series. I really, really do appreciate it. Every time I thank someone or thank you guys in a video or just a stream, I feel like a broken record, and I feel like people start to think, oh, he says it so much, it kind of loses meaning. And I worry about that, but like it's not the case. Really, I do really thank all of you, and I really do appreciate it. No matter how many times I say it, I mean it well and truly. Thank you for watching. Thank you for enjoying. Thank you for the support. I'm gonna get out before this becomes way too long of a rant, but final thank you, and I will see you all later. I'll have an update about Three Houses soon, TM, and then the BS, and then this game is done. But yes, thank you all. See you later. Bye.